Hi, I'm Don Parcher from Louisville, Colorado. This will be a quick overview of the Neighbors Connect program. This program comes out of my experience as a block captain for over 20 years and as a volunteer for the Red Cross for about 10 years and from volunteering for the recovery from the floods here in the Boulder area in 2013. The primary goals of the program are to help residents connect to at least two of their neighbors with phone numbers and to facilitate residents connecting with neighbors with common interests for the many, many benefits. One poignant example is the Marshall Fire several years ago in this area, in which about 1,000 pets died. Many of them, I think, could have been saved if residents who weren't able to get back to their homes were able to contact neighbors and ask them to save their pets. I'll mention more benefits in a couple of minutes. One of the important parts of the program is that it limits who has access to information about residents, including contact information and information about their situation. For example, if they live alone or they have medical conditions they don't want most people to know about, but which might be helpful for their closest neighbors to know about if there was an emergency. The only people who have access to that information are the neighbors who a resident shares it with. They're the connectors who set up and maintain a program or this program in their neighborhoods don't have access to that information unless a resident shares it with them directly. The benefits of the program, the benefits of being connected with neighbors, they range from learning early about a possible evacuation and being able to have someone watch your kids if you have to go to the emergency room, to moderating political discourse and avoiding loneliness. Here are some examples of disruptive events for which you might want to be able to communicate quickly with neighbors. You could call or text your neighbors individually, or you can set up Signal, WhatsApp, and or text groups to communicate to many neighbors quickly. And of course, you need their phone numbers to do that. This is a sample Google Sheet for a sample neighborhood. All residents in that neighborhood would have access to it. In the top section are links to other web pages for the neighborhood, which I'll show in a couple minutes. On the left there is the address. The first one is 500 Main Street, and the next column are the addresses of neighbors they're connected with phone numbers. So residents of 500 Main Street have exchanged phone numbers with their neighbors at 505 and 616 Main Street and 632 Spruce Avenue. The green highlighting indicates they are connected with at least two neighbors. Other columns after that are for they're optional first names of residents, descriptions and names of their pets, whether they would appreciate a neighbor taking out their trash, recycling, or compost bins if they don't put them out in time for collection, and if they would appreciate having those brought back in after they're emptied, maybe to the top of their driveway. And if they want to be notified by a neighbor that mail has been delivered each day. Other columns could be added for other things. Finally, there's a notes column, but there aren't very many notes because most information about residents is kept private from most neighbors. In this sample neighborhood, the only connector so far is Dorothy at 630 Spruce Street. So her address is highlighted in bright blue, and she's connected with a connector outside her neighborhood who lives at 378 Grouse Court. Any connections outside of the neighborhood are in parentheses, and any connectors are in bold. Anyone can make a comment on a Google Sheet, on these Google Sheets, because it's set that way. And to do that, you would click in the cell where you want to make the comment. In this case, let's say the connections column. And then you would go up and click on the talk bubble with the plus sign in it. And that brings up this box. And you would click and type in whatever you want to say. So in this case, they want to add new connections, 505 Main Street and 630 Spruce Avenue. and then you'll click on comment. And once you do that, the connectors will get an email that there's been a comment, and this little tan colored triangle will appear in the upper right corner of that cell until the comment is dealt with. The next is a Google Doc, and this is a chance for neighbors to put some information about themselves that they might connect with other residents about something that, where they lived or some where they went to school type stuff. And this is information that residents have provided to a connector to be added to this document. Um, so it's only available to residents of the neighborhood. The next one is another Google Doc. This contains information that might be helpful or interesting for residents of the neighborhood. Here's a list at the beginning. Here's a list of types of information that are on this Google Doc, and I'll show you a few of those. Here's information, here's upcoming events and activities. And then here's information from the city in case of emergency, etc. Here's a map of the neighborhood, something about e-bike safety. And these are links to helpful websites. Nextdoor.com, I recommend. And here we have several Facebook groups that have information about lost dogs or what have you. And then we have down here is Time Bank Boulder. This is a very helpful website or group. It's all free. It's people helping each other, and it helps people connect. So I recommend checking that out. Timebankboulder.org. The next is another Google Sheet. This is a new feature that we really haven't implemented yet, but it's for residents of a large area. In this case, we say the city of Louisville, not just our neighborhood. So here, residents can submit their address, their interests, offers, and requests so that other residents could search the Google Sheet and find somebody that has a tall ladder or also likes travel or what have you. So that's and this is a list of suggested interest offers and requests. There's maybe 200 or 300 altogether on this Google Doc, but these are just some ideas that residents might want to put on that previous Google Sheet. So that is a quick look at the program. Here's how to contact us if you would like more information, or if you have any suggestions, we'd appreciate, or if you'd like to get Neighbors Connect set up for your neighborhood. So that's it. I wish you many great connections.